Hi, in this video, we're going to be doing an intro to ArrayLists. Hopefully, you could see me moving around in the last video. When I checked OBS, it looked like I was frozen, but hopefully that was not the case. So let me get the recursive stuff out of here, and we'll talk ArrayLists. All right. So ArrayLists versus arrays, right? There's a reason we teach you arrays first, and then we give you ArrayLists. Because once you use ArrayLists, you never want to use arrays again. Okay? So let me give you the introduction. First of all, that's what this video is going to be about. So somebody was going like this for the 10,000th time, blah, 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 and they were like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to make my own class for arrays, right? They were trying to like search an array and then grab specific things out of it, then append to it, which you have to create a whole new array for, and it was just a mess. It was a mess. So they said, screw it, I'm making my own class. And they called it ArrayList.java, okay? And so somebody made this file, and it's just a class. It's just some class that somebody made, and it has arrays inside of it, but it handles all the junk for you. It handles all the crap, okay? So let's take a look. I'm going to delete this. So first of all, you have to import them. Import java.util.arrayLists. I think it's just ArrayList, right? Java ArrayList import. It's just ArrayList. It's just ArrayList. Yeah, it is. Cool. So once you import it, now you can use it. Awesome. So whenever you are making this is a class, right? And you make it just like any other class, okay? So you have the type, the name equals, and then the value. So for an int x equals 10, int is the type, x is the name, and 10 is the value. For an array, we have an integer array, that's the type. B is the name, and the value is, I'm going to do the shorthand here, 10, 20, 30. That is the value. It's an array. Well, it's actually a memory location pointing to an array, which I talked about in the array stuff. And for an array list, we say array list, right? We're making an array list object, but we have these funky brackets. And this is the type of thing that the array list holds. Okay? This is the type. This is like int. This is like an array. Array list. Now, this could be string. This could be character, right? This could be anything, but it has to be a class. So you can't put an int in here because an integer is not a class. These brackets are called templates, okay? They can be any object, which is why we have to use the wrapper class. And if you don't remember what the wrapper class is, integer, it's just like an integer, but it's wrapped inside of a class called integer, okay? Okay, so this is the type. We have an ArrayList object that holds an integer object. I'm going to call it C. Actually, I'm going to call it my array list, my al, equals a new array list that holds integers, right? Integer. And then I do this because this is the constructor for the array list class, okay? This looks like any other object, doesn't it? Whenever we made a bug or like a user or whatever, we just have this integer to tell Java, okay, we're putting integers in here. If it was string, we would put strings in there, so on and so forth. All right. So the cool thing about array lists versus arrays is that you can just add crap to it. And there are tons and tons of functions that are super useful for this. Remember when you had an array and you, and you had to do something like this? You had to do something, you had your array, right? You had your array, and you wanted to just add something onto the end of it. You just wanted to, add 3 onto the end of this. You literally had to make a brand new array, copy everything over, made sure it was 1 bigger, and then put that number on the end of this new array. Well, with array lists, literally all you have to do is say my al, or whatever your array list is called, dot add. That's it, and it adds it to it, right? And you put your thing in here, right? Add 3, and that'll just slap it in there. So watch this. I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. I'm going to system out print line, and watch this. This is so nice. You can literally just print my array list, my AL. That's it. You don't need some weird function to print it out. Bing. It's so easy. It's so easy. You'll never use arrays again. Okay, let me try adding more stuff. I'm gonna add like 16 things. Pop, 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 pop. Right? Add a whole bunch of 3s. It's just bigger. You don't have to do anything else. I'm going to let me see. There are all sorts of functions. Let me pull up the array list documentation. Okay, this is what I'm going. Array lists are easy, but here's the thing. I'm not going to show you very much about them. Okay, so it's your job to go through the documentation on the Oracle website or W3 Schools or wherever you want and look through the documentation, right? And say, oh, what can I do, right? And all you're going to do is you're going to make sure array list. Look, there, E, element, right? All right. So we come down here. We have add, right? Add, and then we have the thing that we're adding. We have add with an index. So we could do something like add, it's index first, right? Yeah, index first. Add, we're going to add, into the third index, we're going to add the number 5. And let's see what happens. Third index, 0, 1, 2, 3. It pushes everything automatically for you. How nice is that? Inserting. You can delete stuff. Let me Control F. I'm going to find delete. Does delete exist in here? This one is called, what's it called? Remove. How about that? Is remove the function name? Clear clears everything. Here we go. Remove. So you can remove an index. So you can say, I'm going to delete some of these. So we add 3, and then we're going to add 5, and then we're going to add 7. Watch this. I'm going to say my AL dot, and then it was remove index, yes, remove index 0. Oops. Remove index 0. Just deletes it. It just deletes it, right? Remove all. You can remove a certain object, right? What if I said integer, remove new integer, let me see if this works. I don't actually know if this works. 5. Yes, it removes it, right? We're looking for an integer with the value of 5, right? So remove some integer that is 5. And it just removes it. That's so nice. So if you have a bunch of names, you can just remove a name, right? I'm going to make one of these, but it's going to be an array list of, let's Control F, integer, and I'm going to replace that with string of strings. Okay, and I'm going to do this. Add, hey, I'm going to add Mike. And I'm going to add, I'm not going to add another one. So we got hey Mike, hey, and then I'm going to my al dot remove. I'm going to remove 1, so that should remove Mike, right? Yep, deletes Mike. What if I remove hey? Which one is it going to remove? Is it going to remove the first one, the last one, or both? Let's see. Removes the first one. This is so nice. This is ridiculously nice. And you got size. You can call dot size, right? Dot size. Oops, comma. Dot size, and I also need, do I have insert on? No. Dot size. Dot size. 2. You have all of these functions, all of these, right? There's one final thing that I want to show you, and this is sorting, okay? Okay. Collections.sort. Okay, I'm not going to show you how to use this, but I'm going to show you that it exists. And if you want to use this, there are tons of resources, okay? So let me see how to find, use syntax and what it is. Yep. Okay. So because array lists are so easy to use, the hard part of this that I'm going to make you do is I'm going to make you do all your research for all the functions. So you can use the Oracle docs, you can use W3 School, you can use Geeks for Geeks, you can use anything you want, and anything you find is absolutely fair game. Okay? With the other things, I was like, no, you have to only use things that I show you. With ArrayLists, I will let you use literally everything. And in fact, you could do some of the projects that I gave you in like 2 lines using that, okay? But the main thing here is using ArrayLists and researching how to use them, okay? If you have questions about anything, let me know, ask me. I think that there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. What is it? How to find use functions. We're going to be doing all of the old. I'll explain it in class. Anyway, so that's actually what I was gonna say. This is actually whenever you're indexing this, you can say my AL at index 1, right? You'd think that you can do this, but you can't. You have to do dot get 1, right? That will index it, right? Because I removed the first hey, now Mike is 0 and it gets the second one, right? What if I do index 0? Mike, because I do hey, Mike, hey, I remove the first hey, now Mike is at index 0. Awesome. Go for it. Do some research. You can do these projects super quick. Super quick. All right. Have a good one, guys.